So Cartoon 51, Five Trey, Cartoon One, he a YouTuber. I'm sure y'all familiar with him. He the stepfather to Jap 5 from 107, right? And it's this situation going on right now on the internet where it's this dude that's supposed to be 10 years older than Jap 5. He supposed to came out on top in a situation pertaining to Jap 5 when Jap 5 was about 19 years old. You know what I mean? And I guess he was on the interview. He was getting interviewed by Lupe, and Lupe asked some questions, and he went down the path of like speaking on what took place between him and Jap 5, right? Some dude from like 40s. However, I don't know no facts. A lot of people don't know no facts, but people like to speak on stuff like they know it to be facts. But from my stance, what I want to speak on pertaining to the whole situation is that no matter what took place, whether it was a loss or a win for Jap 5 in that situation, all that did do was add on to the individual that Jap 5 is supposed to be in the streets. You know what I mean? Because how many people got any story of having any altercation in these streets or in the jails or whatever, but they be out here popping it, putting that gangbang stuff in the front of their whole campaign like they just really that guy. But we don't even be having those stories. Some of these guys, the only violence we hear them or see them even participating in is them getting DP'd by their homies. And like I said, it sound like Jap 5 might have came up short. However, it still sound like dude was about 10 years older than Jap 5. Was about had a gang of size on him. Jap 5 was only 19. However, you gotta still give him his credit to be 19 and stand tall, because a lot of people ain't gonna stand tall. Whether they 20, 19, 30, whatever. A lot of people just ain't gonna stand tall. So for him to be in there and be about what he say he about, you got to give him credit for that. You know what I mean? That's what I like to touch on when it comes to these type of situations, when people be engaging in situations pertaining to their ops or just in any altercation that they stumble across in these streets, jails or whatever. I always want to shed that light on people standing tall. Like, people bash people out for taking losses in these streets so much when they don't understand that you just can't win them all. Especially when you really in the jungle. When you really in the jungle and come from the jungle, it's going to be hard for you to win them all because you're going to be really coming across real animals. See, a lot of people being like having a lot of controlled environment fights. You know what I mean? So it's not no real fight at the end of the day. Not saying that people ain't gonna lose or whatever, but they pretty much be doing a lot of picking and choosing. Or they always fighting in certain scenarios to where it's just not really a big challenge for them. So things can go however it go when you out here in this world or when you in this jungle. And my thing is just start practicing bashing people who do dishonorable stuff. Like if Jap 5 would have been like an extreme coward, was begging for his life, turning down fades, all that type of stuff, then yeah, I can see the reason for ranking down on them. But just because a person took a loss, like, anybody can get outnumbered, anybody can be outgunned, anybody can be outsized. People can be out talented when it comes to the whole, what you able to do when it comes to that fighting. People can be out aged, out experienced. It's just a lot of ways you could come up short when it comes to these problems in life, in the streets and however you flip it. And I just wanted to touch on that. So, I really ain't gonna even try to make this a long video. I figure I done spoke on what I was trying to get my point across. I'm sure everybody done caught it, you know what I mean? And just shout out to all the soldiers out there, from everywhere that's standing tall, 2 feet, 10 toes, standing tall every time they meet adversity and standing on what they act like they believe on. However the coin toss go, lose, win, draw, whatever. I respect that. That's honorable. And like I said, I ain't on here to be shedding no light on what really took place between the altercation with Jet 5 and the other guy, because I just don't know. But I'm just really like, speaking on what parts I felt like need to be addressed or just need to be gave more attention to. We should be giving him more credit for being a stand-up young dude at that time. You know what I mean? And it's life like that, though. It is what it is. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Keep it a Benji for me in them comments. Don't jump in if you ain't gonna keep it a Benji. Don't forget to like the video for me if you liked it. Share it as well if you feel like, you want the message to spread a little bit more. And don't forget to subscribe if you just a new viewer, so you could be a part of the whole Dice crew. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Shout out to Jet 5 too. Shout out to Cartoon. And shout out to everybody. And I'm out.